All right, well, my name is Tracy. For those of you who haven't met me in person, I'm sure I've met quite a lot of you over the phone at some point throughout the past 4 years that I've been with Hope Grows. I started out as an undergrad intern 4 years ago, and I never left. And so now here I am 4 years later with a master's in counseling degree and trying to really push our Root of Good Care counseling services forward for caregivers to have better access to mental health support. Now, as we know, caregiving is an extremely difficult thing to go through. And unless you've actually been doing it yourself, it's hard to understand. We've noticed over, the past at least 10 years, certain common themes that come along with caregiving. And I gotta tell you, most of them are not very positive, which is unfortunate. You know, I think there are certain joys within caregiving, but most of the time we're seeing stress, anxiety, guilt, shame. Phyllis, I'm sure, could name all the other ones wherever she is. But you know, these are all things that we tend to talk about within our support groups of how to overcome some of these things and how to cope with some of these negative emotions. It can be pretty hard to do, right? Because then it starts to affect our sleep, our eating habits, our overall mental and physical well-being. Because a lot of the times whenever that stress attacks our bodies for a certain period of time, next thing you know, you're starting to get headaches and stomach aches, and we're feeling tired and unmotivated. So my goal for today is to really kickstart some of those positive emotions. If anybody knows me, I tend to focus more on the positive psychology side of mental health. You know, I think we focus plenty on the bad, and we can focus on the bad. You know, it's not to say that we shouldn't pay attention to it, but it's also just as important to focus on the positive side of our lives as well. So, I want to talk about gratitude. I think it's a little fitting since it's Thanksgiving, it is turkey time, and sometimes it can be difficult for us to, you know, identify these things that we are grateful for and things that we appreciate in our lives. People who show appreciation for these things in everyday life, you may have heard of a gratitude journal. Personally, I don't have one, but I tend to share my thanks and appreciation for those people around me whenever I can. They probably think I'm a little bit annoying, but that's okay. So there's gratitude journals where you can write something that you're thankful for every day. But today we are going to make grateful turkeys. So there is some paper and colored pencils and crayons and stuff on your table. So feel free to get something, whatever floats your boat, that you would like to create this turkey with. And if you don't have any, just let someone know. There's plenty to go around. So I'll give everybody a second to get organized here. So how I'd like you to start here is to put your less dominant hand down on the paper. Okay, so you're going to start from the outside, okay, right by your pinky with your marker, crayon, pencil, whatever it may be. As you breathe in, we're going to take a couple of deep breaths here, 5 to be exact, since we have 5 fingers. So we're going to take a deep breath in to go up and around our pinky. Exhale to go down the pinky. And you're going to continue that all the way through until you have hit every single one of your fingers. Fabulous. So now what I'd like you to do is take a couple of moments to think about 5 things that you're grateful for today. Go ahead and start writing those on each of the feathers or fingers that are available. Sometimes it can be tough to think about things that we're grateful for. It can be very simple. It doesn't have to be hard. Being here is an easy one. The weather today, with it not being as frigid as it possibly could be. I know many years it has snowed this time of year. And if you're having trouble coming up with these things, that may be an indicator that, you can talk to one of us here at Hope Grows, that we can help kind of find the light within your life every day. After you're finished writing those 5 things that you're grateful for, feel free to explore a little bit with your inner child here and make this handprint into a turkey if you'd like. You need some examples or some help on how to make a turkey out of this, or maybe it's been a while since you've made a hand turkey, please let one of us know, and I'd be happy to come around and give you some guidance. The point of this is to show you that mental health does not have to be, whenever we hear counseling, oh, I need to go to therapy, it tends to have a pretty negative connotation associated with it. My point of this activity was to show you that it doesn't all have to be so intense and scary. It can also be fun and joyful and exciting as well. Okay. I'm quick. There's 2 minutes left, so please feel free to decorate your turkeys. And if you have any questions, my table's over there, so let me know if you need anything.